Hello everyone. Join me, throw on your comfy clothes for a super simple, satisfying, and sweet bedtime stretch routine. Let's get started. So today we'll get started on our back. So slowly make your way vertebrae by vertebrae, lower all the way down until your back touches the mat below you. From here, bringing your knees into your chest, hug your knees in and just rock from side to side. Starting out gently here. And this move will help to massage your lower back. Massage your back after a long day, walking, sitting, maybe you worked out, whatever you were doing today. Right now, we're giving this space a little bit of love. Come back into stillness. And now from here, take your knees and begin to rotate both knees in one direction. Again, this is working to bring a little bit of love to that low back area. Personally, I've been sitting a lot more, working from home, sitting at a desk, at a computer. So now, right before bed, this is your opportunity to bring a little love, bring a little attention to this area. Come back into stillness, hold for a moment, before beginning to rotate again, both knees moving at the same time, but opposite direction this time. Feel free to close your eyes. And take a moment to turn inward. We spend a lot of our day processing externally, processing what's happening around us in our environment. So this is your chance to wind down. Inhale, come back to center, pause, and savor that stillness. And now begin to move your knees in opposite directions. Here we're opening up our knees as if we're opening a book. I like to place my hands on my knees for extra support. Feel that support, the area where your hips and your thighs meet. Inhaling, come back to center. And then move in the opposite direction now. Allowing yourself to move as quickly or as slowly as you'd like. And here you can relax your feet. No need to keep them flexed. Remember to use your breath. Inhaling as you open. Exhale as you draw your knees in. Inhale as you expand. And exhale as you retract back. Last full rotation. And now hug your knees back into your chest, maybe rocking from side to side. Now take your hands, wrap them around one knee, and take your opposite leg and extend it out towards the sky. Really hug this knee in close to your armpit as best you can. And here you can do a couple rotations with your ankle. And then in the opposite direction. Flex your foot, inhale. Exhale, hug that knee in a little bit more. Take a deep inhale breath. And then exhale, lower your leg all the way down, keeping your hands in place, and sit here for a moment. Breathing in and out. Keeping the foot on the extended leg flexed. almost as if you are stepping on the wall. One more inhale. And exhale, bring your knee back in. And feel free to do a couple rotations here to release if you wish. Take a deep inhale breath, come back to stillness. Now interlace your fingers, wrap them around your opposite knee. Inhale as you lift your leg all the way up, extend it upwards towards the sky. Begin to rotate your ankle in one direction and then in the opposite direction. Coming back to stillness, hug that knee in a little bit closer to your armpit. Inhale, and as you exhale, extend this leg out, down all the way to the mat. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, hug that knee in a little bit closer now. And exhale. On your inhale, bringing your knee back in towards your chest, rocking from side to side. And then come back to stillness and then bring your nose to your knees, hugging yourself into a small ball. Embrace yourself. And then exhale. Release the knees. Release your feet back onto the ground. And then bring your knees out about mat distance apart and just begin to windshield wipe your knees from side to side. Inhaling, come back into stillness. Bring your knees up towards the sky. And then from here, begin to rock up and down your spine into a seated position. Or option, you can roll onto one side, lifting yourself all the way up. And come back to a cross-legged seated position. Take a moment here to pause. Placing your hands on your knees, closing the eyes, breathing in and out. Letting yourself become settled in your seated position. And now from here, bringing your feet together, we're coming into butterfly. You can hold on to the tops of your toes, your ankles, or your shins, and you have the option of bringing your feet out a little bit farther away from your hips to create more of a diamond shape if you need more space for your hips. Now begin to flap your knees up and down like the wings of a butterfly. Again, you can close your eyes. Tune in with how your body feels today. Maybe from being seated, your hips are a bit tight, or from standing all day at your job. Listen to what your body needs. This is your chance to fill your own cup. So savor. Take a deep inhale breath, come back into stillness. Straighten the spine, and then exhale. Relax the shoulders down the back. Now from here, hold on to wherever you were holding on to, whether it's the top of your toes, your ankles, or your shins. And from here, we're beginning spinal flex, still in butterfly. Inhaling as we press the chest forward, gaze looks upwards. Exhale, round the spine, but keep your chin level towards the ground. Move with your breath. And feel free to exaggerate your breath so that you can hear it. Oxygenate your system. Encourage the release. Letting go of the day to make space, to fill yourself back up again, for you to conquer the day tomorrow. Make this your last one. Take a deep inhale breath, come back to center. Tall, straight spine. And then exhale slowly, begin to hinge at the hips, folding forward towards the floor. And here, don't go too deep, only go as deep as is comfortable to you today. And you can also use your elbows here to help press your knees closer towards the floor if that feels good. Only if that feels good. And if this doesn't work for you today, feel free to slowly ease out until you find a spot that is most comfortable for you. Yoga is not about pushing, it's not about shoving or contorting yourself into the posture. It's about building awareness. Take a deep inhale breath. And as you exhale slowly, begin to straighten up your spine, and then taking your hands to help your knees back in, coming back to your seated position, and sit here for a moment. Notice, how does your hips feel right now compared to when you started your practice? As we tune inward and we compare the beginning of our practice to these little moments, it's how we build our awareness of what's happening in our bodies, and in turn, what's going on in our mind and our spirit. Breathe in and breathe out. And now from here, we're going to make our way to tabletop. So slowly, bring your arms, bring your hands underneath your shoulders, spread your fingers wide apart. Your middle finger should be pointed to the very top of your mat. Bring your knees out approximately hip distance apart, and optional, you can bring a towel or a folded up blanket underneath your knees for extra cushion if you wish. And now from here, we're going to warm up our shoulders. So begin to rotate your shoulders in one direction, shrugging them up towards the ears, and then rotating them down the back. Come back into stillness, and then move in the opposite direction, rotating your shoulders forward. Now in this position, this is very different than what we're used to, how we're used to moving on our day to day. Inhale, come back to center, come to stillness, feel for a moment. And doing things a little bit weird helps with our neuroplasticity, challenging our brain to do things in a new way. And now we're going to do a wrist stretch. So from here, begin to rotate your hands to the back of your mat. And then you can put some pressure on your wrist this way by leaning backwards. If it's too much, just slowly bring yourself a little bit more forward so that your shoulders are above your hands. Or you can just stay here. If this is too much, you also have the options of just bringing your wrist out towards the sides, just to give your wrist a moment to stretch. Maybe you've been texting all day, You've been typing at the computer. And now inhale. Release the hands back forward. And now sit onto your knees and begin to rotate your wrists in one direction to release. And then in the opposite direction. Beautiful. Now come back into tabletop, hands underneath your shoulders, knees below the hips. From here, we're beginning hip circles, inhaling as you rotate your hips forward. Exhale as you bring your hips all the way to the back as far as you can. Using your breath, inhaling as you come forward. Exhale as you rotate towards the back. This is one of my personal favorite exercises for the hips. I hear creaks and cracks whenever I do this. And if that happens to you, if it's not painful, feel free to explore that area. Maybe take more time in that area where you feel a little bit more stuck. Warming up that area to help relieve any tension that you're holding on there. Make this your last full rotation. Inhale, come back to center. Realign your knees, maybe shake out your wrists if you need to. Again, you also have the option to coming all the way down onto your forearms if staying up on your wrists has a little bit too much pressure for you today. Now move in the opposite direction now, inhaling as you rotate forward. Exhale as you rotate your hips in the back, creating hips with your circles. Creating circles with your hips. Feel free to close the eyes. Really feel into your body. Feel into your hip space. Savor. Last few rotations. Make this your last full rotation. And then inhale, come back to stillness, come back to your tabletop. Now bring your toes to touch, knees are wide, and then slowly sink your hips back into child's pose. Lower your head all the way down to your mat. If your forehead does not reach the mat today, you can stack two fists to rest your forehead on. Relax here, breathing in and out. Sink a little bit deeper. Breathe in and breathe out. Sink your heart a little deeper. Breathe in and breathe out. On your next inhale, lift the head, push into the hands, and then draw your chest forward, coming back into your tabletop position. From here, we will thread the needle. Inhale as you raise your right arm upwards. Exhale as you thread your right hand through your left. And then slowly lower your ear down to the ground as best you can. And hold here. Releasing the shoulders. Inhale and exhale. Take a deep inhale breath and exhale. Last one, take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, savor those final moments. On your next inhale breath, push yourself back up, reach up, and then exhale. Lower your palms back down into your tabletop. Opposite side now, inhaling, reach your left arm all the way up. And then you exhale, thread your left palm. And then lower your ear all the way down to the mat. Closing your eyes, breathing in and out. Breathe in and out. And know that it's normal to feel a little more open on one side versus the other. Our practice is meant to bring us back into balance. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Last one, inhale and exhale. Sit in your sweetness. On your next inhale, press yourself back up, inhaling, reach your left arm all the way up to the sky. And then exhale, lower your palm all the way down, toes touch, knees wide, sit back into child's pose. On your next inhale, push yourself back up, drawing your chest forward, but this time coming all the way down towards your belly. Bringing your palms here underneath your shoulders. Inhale, and then exhale, come into baby cobra, lift halfway. Exhale to lower. We'll do this 2 more times. Inhaling, baby cobra. Exhale. Last time, inhale, lift up halfway, baby cobra. Press your feet in, stay grounded. And then exhale. Lower all the way down. And you can stay here, you can make a pillow with your hands. Bending at the knees and rocking from side to side. Or you have the option now to press up all the way into cobra. So whether you're resting or here in this active pose, you have your option for whatever feels right for today. Relax your shoulders, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last one, take a deep inhale breath. And if you're here in cobra, slowly lower vertebrae by vertebrae all the way down, back onto the mat, placing your palms out in front, and we'll all meet in this rested position. Perhaps we're swinging our knees from side to side. If we are, lower your legs back down and sit here for a moment. Allowing our spine to come back into a neutral position. And now we're simply going to rotate our bodies back onto our back. And here, keep your knees bent. And sit for a moment, let yourself get settled. And now bring your feet out about mat distance apart and begin to windshield wipe your knees from side to side. Then inhale, point your knees back upwards towards the sky. And then bring your feet back in about hip distance apart. Now from here, we're going to be bringing our right ankle and cross it over your left thigh, coming into figure 4. Stay here, or you can use your hand to help push your knee out a little bit further. To bring more openness to your hip area. Now you can stay here today. A nice gentle stretch, or you have the option to thread the needle, interlacing your fingers behind your left thigh, keeping both feet flexed and keeping your lower back planted on the ground. If you find yourself curving, relax your foot down for today and gently just press your knee open. There's no need to push or shove. Listen to your body. If we were able to do the full expression one day before, it's possible for your body to decide, oh, this isn't working for me today. Allow yourself that grace. If you have your hands interlaced, release the hands and slowly lower your feet back onto the ground. Release your right leg. Bring your feet out mat distance and rotate. Windshield wipe your knees from side to side. Inhaling, point your knees back into the sky. Walk your feet back in hip distance. And now taking your left ankle, cross it over to rest on your right thigh. Option to stay here, gently pressing your left hand to help open up this area. Or you have the option of interlacing your fingers behind your right thigh, keeping both feet flexed, very important here. And keeping your lower back grounded into the earth. Breathing in and out. No matter where you are, focus on opening up this knee area. Instead of caving in, do your best to actively push your knee out. And be sure to keep this foot that's rested on the thigh flexed. Feel free to close your eyes and relax. Breathe in and out. If you have your hands interlaced behind your thigh, release the hands, lower the feet, release the left foot, bring your feet out mat distance, and last time, windshield wipe those knees from side to side. And now from here, you can bring your arms out to a T position if you have the space, or come into cactus arms. Elbows are bent, fingers are pointed upwards. And now you can drop your knees towards the left. Gaze can look upwards towards the sky, or you have the option of turning your head towards the right. Close the eyes and breathe. Savoring these last moments. Breathing in and out. Take a deep inhale through the nose and exhale, HA, out the mouth. 2 more times, inhale. Exhale, HA. Last one, inhale. If your head is pointed towards the right, turn your head back up towards the sky before moving your legs to point back up, and then move in the opposite direction, bringing your knees out towards the right, keeping your head in place, or option, turning your head towards the left. Your practice, your choice. And take this moment to feel gratitude for yourself, for taking a moment to wind down, to release whatever you were holding on to during the day. To take care of yourself. To give your body and your mind and your spirit what it needs. No longer neglecting, no longer ignoring, but sitting in awareness. Take a deep inhale breath. Exhale, HA. Inhale. Exhale, HA. Last one, take a deep inhale breath. HA. If your head is turned towards the left, slowly rotate your head back up towards the sky. Bring your knees back to point upwards towards the sky. And now extend your legs out onto your mat and bring your hands out to the sides for Shavasana. You can stay here. Enjoy this moment on your mat if you like. But since this is a bedtime routine, feel free to make your way back onto your bed, given that you have brushed your teeth, washed your face, and you're all ready to go. And have your Shavasana there. Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. I hope you had a relaxing session. And thank you for joining me in this bedtime stretch routine. Namaste.